Hello everyone, it's Bubz. I hope you're all keeping warm and safe. So fall is here and it has inspired me to do some crafts, especially because I've been spending so much time at home. It's just the perfect time to get crafty, and these craft ideas are so easy. They look whimsical, they make my home look so cozy. All you really need is some clay, some acrylic paint, PVA glue, and some glitter. Let's start. First set for the pumpkin, I've got my clay and I'm just going to roll into a ball. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then using my fingertips, I create the top of a pumpkin. Now you want to make sure the base is thicker. Very easy. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect because it's a pumpkin. Now I'm using a pottery shaping tool, but you don't have to use one. Any flat, rounded tool will work, like a lollipop stick or a spatula. And as you can see, I'm just making slits around the sides. And as you're making the slits, you want to make sure the lines all connect at the base. And now I just gotta leave it to dry overnight. And next day, I can go ahead and paint it a lovely orangey color. Depending on the paint you use, you may need to apply a few layers, but if it's acrylic, a layer or two should be more than enough. Once the pumpkin has dried, I go ahead and apply PVA glue to give it a nice glossy finish. Alright, so now I'm ready to add some magic to these pumpkins. So normal glue will do the trick. I just happen to have glittery glue, and of course you will need gold glitter. So with a brush, I'm just going to apply the glue along the top of my pumpkin. And if you can, you want to draw it in squiggles so it looks a bit more whimsical, a bit more magical. Oh, I forgot to mention, so for my pumpkin, I decided to color the stalk brown, but you can go ahead and color it green if you wish. I feel like the orange and brown looks really good together. Okay, this is a really fun part, taking the gold glitter, or any glitter of your choice really. Again, I think the orange and the gold looks really good. I'm just going to sprinkle the glitter along the top of my pumpkin. And you want to let the glitter gradually transition, so it's lesser and lesser as you move downwards. Once again, let it dry and then our pumpkin ornaments are ready. Fun fact, I saw something similar in a store, but then the cheap part of me just would not spend that amount on one pumpkin. So I bought one pack of clay and then I got multiple pumpkins. Alright, so now for the leaf dishes, you're going to need leaves. And you want to pick leaves that have more of a deeper spine, if that makes sense. So grab your clay and start rolling it so it's nice and flat, but you don't want to make it too thin because we're going to be rolling on top of it again. So as you can see, I take my leaf and I just roll and press on top of it because you want the leaf to mark onto the clay. This is one of my favorite parts, peeling the leaf. What you end up getting is this lovely intricate detail that took no effort to create. Now for this dish, I actually cut around with scissors, but then I actually discovered that using a scalpel is best. So once you've cut around the leaf, what you can do is you can just use your fingers to crinkle the edges to give it a lovely leafy 3D effect. Or if you want, if you got chopsticks or some sort of stick, that helps as well to give you that ripple edge effect. Alright, I'm ready to leave this to the side, ready to dry, and I will paint it the next day. There's so many ways you can paint your leaf dishes. Here I'm just using a green paint, and as you can see, because I add different layers, it creates a lovely textured design. Here I'm actually using a lighter green on top of it, again just to add to that texture effect. So I recommend using a minimum of 2 different greens, and then I'm actually going to apply a gold along the rims because I love gold contrast with the green. And then whatever is left over, that gold, I'm just going to dab it along the plate area, just so it gives a nice antique sheen. So here is a narrower leaf that's also crinkled in the sides, and you can just paint it all gold for a classic timeless look. Or if you want, you can take your leaf and not crinkle the sides, leave it completely flat. So for this leaf, I'm having it green in the middle, and then in the sides, I'm applying a lighter green, so it has more of a gradient transition. You can always look online to look at different leaves for inspiration, but from here on, I'm just blending from the center outwards. You want to lose that gradient effect. and then taking some brown paint, I'm just applying in the edges. Now this time from the edges, I work it in towards the middle. I actually love the effect of this plate. I wish I made a bigger one, but like I said, the different variations that you can make is timeless. So here, using a smaller brush, I'm applying a lighter color and I'm just making strokes from the bone of the leaf. For this one, I wanted to experiment with more of an autumn palette, so I used gold as a base for the plate, and then I added copper and created a gradient effect. How cool do they look? I think they would make lovely gifts. They can store jewelry, or you can just use them as decoration. Alright, next up is the leaf tea light holders. So I made individual leaves and I simply just stack them on top of each other. As you can see, a total of 6 leaves. And the reason I like to stack them on top instead of just layering 2 layers is so that it makes the tea light holder a lot more stable. So then I'm gonna go ahead and grab my candle, or in my case my little tea light, and I'm just gonna press down firmly so it not only shapes the tea light but also helps to wield and mash the layers together. Once it dries, I can go ahead and paint it just an ordinary shade of green. Don't forget to always seal it with some PVA glue to make it nice and shiny. And my awesome tea light holder is fini. I love how peaceful it looks. This is just a little bonus hedgehog. I call him Henry the hedgehog. I had some clay left over, so I thought I'll mold a little friend. And now Henry lives with the pumpkins and sometimes sits on my leaf. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's crafty DIY video. Let me know which is your favorite, whether it's the whimsical pumpkins, whether it's the leafy trays, or the tea light holder. I really enjoyed getting my hands dirty, and I encourage you guys to give it a go and get crafty this autumn. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you soon.